There is a story from the Panchatantra that you have probably never heard, but its structure is already familiar to you. A monkey lives in a rose apple tree on the banks of a river. The fruit is sweet. The monkey is content. One day, a crocodile swims up from the river and rests beneath the tree. The monkey, hospitable, throws down fruit. The crocodile eats. It is delicious. They become friends. The crocodile returns daily. The monkey feeds him. They talk. They trust each other. Then the crocodile's wife asks, "Where do you get this fruit?" He tells her about the monkey. She says, "A creature that eats such fruit must have a heart made of the same sweetness. I want to eat his heart." The crocodile refuses. The monkey is his friend. But his wife insists. She will starve herself. She will die. So he relents. He invites the monkey to ride on his back to the other side of the river, where he claims there are even better fruit trees. The monkey agrees. Halfway across, the crocodile dives. The monkey, treading water, asks, "Why?" The crocodile confesses, "My wife wants to eat your heart." The monkey doesn't panic. He doesn't plead. He does not curse. He does not waste energy on indignation. He thinks. In the space between the crocodile's confession and his own death, the monkey performs a rapid calculation. And then he says, "Friend, why didn't you tell me sooner? I would have brought my heart for her. But we monkeys keep our hearts in the hollow of our trees, not in our chests. Take me back. I will retrieve it for you." And the crocodile, relieved, returns to the tree. The monkey leaps to the branch and does not come down. He says, "Fool, do you think that any creature keeps its heart outside its body? I gave you my trust. You gave me a knife. Now go, tell your wife that the sweetest fruit grows only on the branch that cannot be reached." So this is not a story about monkeys and crocodiles. This is a story about the physics of betrayal. The Panchatantra is a collection of Indian animal fables compiled roughly 2,000 years ago. Its title means the 5 principles of wise conduct. Now, it traveled from India to Persia, to Baghdad, to Cordoba, to Paris, to London. It influenced Aesop, it influenced La Fontaine, it influenced the fairy tales of the Brothers Grimm. But the Panchatantra is not merely a source text for later fablists. It is a technical manual. It does not simply tell stories, it classifies them, it indexes them, it extracts from each narrative a specific principle of strategy, psychology, and consequence. The Sanskrit word for this is niti. Niti is not ethics in the Western sense. It is not concerned with universal moral duties or categorical imperatives. Niti is a strategic intelligence. It is the ability to navigate a world of competing interests, limited information, and irreversible consequences. It is the wisdom of the chess player, not the saint. The Panchatantra is a textbook of niti. It teaches you how to recognize allies and enemies, when to speak and when to remain silent, how to escape a trap you did not see being set. And it teaches you this through the logic of the fable. Now consider the structure of the story you just heard. It begins with hospitality. The monkey gives fruit freely. No payment, no debt, no transaction. It continues with friendship. The crocodile returns, the relationship deepens, trust accumulates. Then it introduces a third party with a competing interest. The crocodile's wife does not know the monkey. She has not shared in the hospitality. She has not built the trust. She only knows that something desirable exists and she does not possess it. This is the point of vulnerability. A dyad, two creatures in a relationship, is stable. A triad, where one member has a private allegiance to an outsider, is unstable. The crocodile has now pulled in two directions. His loyalty to his wife and his loyalty to his friend are incommensurable. There is no arithmetic that can balance them. He chooses the wife, not because he's evil, but because she is closer, because her demand is immediate, and because he cannot bear her suffering. This is the first law of moral physics in the Panchatantra. Proximity overrides principle. Now watch what happens next. The crocodile does not simply attack the monkey, he deceives him. He creates a false promise, better fruit, across the river. He uses the accumulated trust as bait. This is the second law. Trust, once established, becomes leverage for betrayal. Trust, once established, becomes leverage for betrayal. And the monkey, because he has trusted the crocodile for weeks, does not suspect. He climbs onto the predator's back. He is now completely vulnerable. Then the crocodile confesses. This is the strange part of the story. He could have simply drowned the monkey. The monkey cannot outswim a crocodile. The confession is unnecessary, even dangerous. But the crocodile is not a pure villain. He is a reluctant traitor. He wants the monkey to know that this is not his desire. He wants to be understood, even as he commits the act that destroys understanding. Because this is the third law. Betrayal requires self-deception. The traitor must believe he is still the friend. The monkey's response to the pivot: he does not plead, he does not curse, he does not waste energy on indignation. He thinks. In the space between the crocodile's confession and his own death, the monkey performs a rapid, strategic calculation. His enemy has revealed his intention. His enemy also has a problem. The desired object is not present. The crocodile's wife wants the monkey's heart. The monkey's heart is in his chest, but the crocodile does not know that monkeys do not store their hearts in trees. The monkey exploits this ignorance. He offers a solution that requires returning to the tree. The crocodile, eager to salvage something from his betrayal, agrees. The monkey leaps to safety. Now note, the monkey does not forgive. He does not reconcile. He does not attempt to rebuild trust. He says, "You gave me a knife, now go." The friendship is dead. It cannot be resurrected because the crocodile has demonstrated that his loyalty is contingent. He will betray again if the pressure returns. The monkey's wisdom is not in his clever escape. It is in his refusal to re-enter the vulnerable position. This is the fourth law. This is the wise do not give a second opportunity for betrayal. The Panchatantra is often dismissed as cynical. It portrays a world where everyone is motivated by self-interest, where friendship is instrumental, where morality is subordinate to survival. But this is not cynicism, it is realism about structure. The crocodile is not evil, he is a crocodile. His nature includes hunger, loyalty to his mate, and a limited capacity for empathy across species boundaries. These are not moral failings, they are boundary conditions. Given his nature and given the situation, his behavior was predictable. The monkey does not hate the crocodile, he simply no longer trusts him. Trust is not a moral state, it is a risk assessment. The crocodile has demonstrated a 100% probability of betrayal under sufficient pressure. The monkey updates his model accordingly. This is not forgiveness or condemnation, it is calibration. Now, here is the question the Panchatantra never asks explicitly, but demonstrates in every story. If the universe is structured such that certain behaviors reliably produce certain outcomes, if deception eventually isolates the deceiver, if greed eventually bursts the container, if betrayal eventually destroys the thing it hoped to gain, then what is the source of this structure? The Panchatantra does not name it. It does not theologize. It does not speculate. It simply documents. And in its documentation, it reveals something remarkable. The same patterns appear in India that appear in Greece. The monkey and the crocodile is not the same story as the scorpion and the frog, but is the same equation, a relationship based on trust, a third party with incompatible interests, a betrayal, and an irreversible loss. The variables change, the constants remain. This is the moment when the listener begins to suspect something. Aesop, writing in Greece, observed the same causal structures that the Panchatantra authors writing in India observed. Neither tradition borrowed from the other, neither tradition claimed divine revelation. Both traditions simply looked at the world and reported what they saw, and what they saw was consistent. Not consistent because they agreed with each other, consistent because the structure they were observing is real. It is not culturally constructed, it is not historically contingent, it is not a matter of interpretation. It is as real as the coefficient of friction. It is as measurable as the acceleration of a falling body. The universe rewards preparation and penalizes procrastination. It rewards truthfulness and penalizes deception. It rewards loyalty and penalizes betrayal. Not always immediately, not always visibly, but reliably enough that every human civilization in every epoch has produced the same fables. Now, here's what you've learned. You have learned that the Panchatantra is not a collection of folk tales. It is a strategic manual for navigating a world of causal consequences. It isolates behaviors, tracks their outcomes, and encodes the results in narrative form. You have learned that the monkey's escape was not luck, it was the application of strategic intelligence to a situation of extreme vulnerability. He assessed his enemy's ignorance, proposed a solution that served both parties' interests, and withdrew to safety without wasting energy on recrimination. You have learned that the same causal structures appear independently in Greece and India. That is not coincidence, it is discovery. And you have learned that these structures are not optional. You can ignore them, but you cannot escape them. The crocodile ignored the structure of friendship. He learned that some betrayals cannot be undone. The monkey did not ignore the structure, he survived. The question is not whether you believe in the fables. The question is whether you have learned to read the equations they contain. The rain is still falling, the coffee is still cold, the ceiling is still there, but somewhere in the dark, a monkey is watching from a branch, and he knows something the crocodile will never learn. Thank you.